Hey there, everyone. This is a tag that came out of the Facebook Pagans Facebook group. That's tautology. Oh crap, I forgot to write down the wonderful woman who wrote these questions. I will have to look her name up in the group and put it down below. But the tag is called Full Disclosure. I thought this looked like it'd be fun to do. The first question is, what in your practice do you do, but may feel silly or embarrassed about doing? She gives the example of casting a circle in front of someone. I'm not sure. I did a pagan play. That was kind of, I don't think I've done anything that I felt seriously weird about doing in front of other people. I've done pagan plays, the common area at the University of Utah, danced the maypole there several years, been in public rituals where the cops got called because someone had a knife. Probably their athame. I don't remember. It was Father's Day. It was summer solstice. Bad day for public rituals, dude. Casting circle. Don't feel weird about it. I mean, maybe if I was like putting on a show about like doing it, I might feel weird. And I did bajillion card readings, University of Utah Union for a Halloween thing. Yeah, I don't really feel weird about, doing my spirituality. But I also kind of seek out places that I do feel safe when I do my spirituality or craft practices. Or maybe it's just when I do them, I'm around people I feel safe with. I don't know. Or maybe I just don't care. I've never really felt silly or embarrassed about any of them. It's like, do people feel silly and embarrassed when they have communion? The I can't say the damn word. When the body and blood of Christ becomes real. Do people feel embarrassed about doing that in public? I doubt it. Why should I feel embarrassed about that's sacred and holy in my religion? Yeah, people might think I'm a little weird and a little woo, but whatever. That's their problem, not mine. Do you feel you are a witch if you don't cast spells, cast circles, or are not doing something tangible or able to be seen with you, or able to be seen with your workings? Yeah, I think you can be a witch and not be like actively doing anything. I think it's a mindset more than it is I do this and I do that. And I think even if you're not saying you're actively doing things, because like a lot of times, depending on what I'm doing, I do not cast circle when I'm alone. There's one person to get on the page, and that's me. And if it's not something like the full moon ritual I did last night, I did not cast. I just did my thing. As there wasn't really anything to cast for, just for one person. If I need to raise some energy, major energy, then yeah, I do cast a circle, even if I'm by myself. But yeah, I do think if you can be a witch in mindset and not be actively doing things, it's kind of like people think yoga is the actual doing of asana, but you can do yoga and never do asana. And I kind of see it as that way. Yoga is actually a mindset and a spiritual path, more so than a group of asanas and witchcraft. I see kind of in the same way. It's a spiritual practice, but you don't necessarily have to, be spellcasting or something to be one or to be considered one, in my opinion. Can you be a witch in feeling, in thought, and in education and not do spell work? I think I kind of answered that one in the last one. But I think most people who classify themselves as witches I think you're kind of, in a way, probably if you say you don't do any spell work, you're probably kind of in denial or have a different definition of what you consider a spell for me. Because I mean, there's big spells, there's little spells, and there's the ones that please don't let the car hit me kind of stuff that comes spontaneously. And there are things that we don't even. And there are times where action can be taken energetically, and if you're not aware of yourself energetically, you may not even realizing you're spell casting. It's like, being careful what you think. Because at certain points, that thought can be manifest even without anything other than just the thought sometimes. So, and that is in a way a form of spell casting. So, I think most people who are witches would probably be spell working even if they're not thinking they are. What is something you've done in your practice that you feel ashamed or bad about, and why? Something like hexing and cursing. If I'm going to hex or curse you, it's going to be a really damn good reason. And I'm going to have a really good long thought about it before I throw some shit at you. I'm trying to think of something. Not really. I can't think of anything. I'm sure there's something out there that I did was crappy. I was a prat when I was 20-something at times. But like all 20-somethings are at times. Or at least when I was growing up. I can't think of anything. Old age sets in. Forget that stuff. I really try not to do shit magically that I'm going to regret. Yeah, no, can't think of anything at the moment. And have you ever felt disingenuous about your practice? If it doesn't feel good, I don't do it. I've never felt like I needed to act for the pagan community, that I needed to be this or that to belong to the magical world. It's because I went through an initiation process, and part of being initiated is kind of feeling if you fit into that group. And if you have to pretend or, that's not the group for you. And so what I've tried always to seek out is what feels right, what feels good, what feels like home, what feels heart-centered. And so no, I don't. It just seems kind of like it would undo what you're trying to do with like spell casting and stuff, to pretend to be something else in acts of magic and in worship and things like that. But no, I haven't. I don't feel that I've been disingenuous before, because what I'm seeking is that feeling of home and safety if I'm working with people. And I'm me in public ritual, dude. I'm me. Get over it. You're you. Let's see here. Next one. Question 6. Where does metaphysics and your craft cross and separate? Oh my god, I think mine's so entwined at this point there is no separating. It's just all kind of this big mumble jumble of what I use. Whatever. Yeah, everyone hates the word eclectic, but I feel like we're all kind of eclectics when it comes down to it, because we have to reconstruct shit. And really, my metaphysics and my craft, I don't separate out. I don't go like, oh my god, this is metaphysical, I can't use this because I'm doing a whatever craft thing, or vice versa. I use what works for me. I blend things often, frequently, from the metaphysical new age kind of stuff. Even, yeah, very much tend to be your kind of hedge kitchen witch kind of person who prefers not to have a lot of crap to do stuff. But yeah, no, I let it all intermingle pretty freely. Do you feel a deity has to be real, or can it be symbolic? I don't think it matters. Really, I just don't think it matters. If you believe it's real, awesome. If you think it's symbolic, awesome. For me, this has become something I don't care. It's real enough. It doesn't matter to me. And yes, personally, I probably lean towards the real entity kind of thing, because we experience some weird shit that I can't explain. Do you believe you can be an atheist, Christian, Muslim, or some other faith to be a witch? I'd say yes. Because, witches were Christian for a very long time, and I think there are aspects of mysticism that cross over into what I would consider craft territory. You read Hildegard de Bingen, and holy moly, she's pretty freaking pagan and advanced as far as her environmental views. She's very pertinent today, and you also see, of course, I think she was Northern Europe, so they were pagan later than the Southern Europe. But you want to be a Christian witch, go for it. You want to be a Muslim witch, that's your prerogative. I'm not going to tell you can't be one. It starts throwing crap into categories that I don't think we need anymore. I just really don't care. Be a witch if you want to be a witch. Do you ever feel insecure or unsure or even scared of the spell work? No. Because if I'm going to do something that would be scary, well, I do journey work and path work. I had a weird dream the other night after I had set boundary lines so crap can't get in, and something tested them and just started eating it as it was trying to trundle over my body. And when I woke up, I told it came back again. Lilith was going to peck its eyes out, and Odin would rip his guts out, or her, or whatever it was. It hasn't been back. I was pretty adamant and called a guide in. So, that kind of stuff is kind of like, I don't remember feeling scared, though, actually. In that dream, I did not feel scared. It was kind of a weird dream where there was like a lot of overblown emotions in the first part. And then the kind of what felt like a psychic attack. But I was very calm, and I was like, this is just bullshit. I'm not going there. Fuck it. I'm gonna eat you. Unsure and insecure. No, it works. Things listen to me. Things have listened to me since I was a child. Yeah, it's like the monsters that lived under my bed in the house in Emerald Hills. And no other house have I lived in has had monsters under the bed. That was the only house. And when we moved, I had a very sincere talk with my monsters under the bed, because I would literally jump on the bed to avoid the monsters grabbing my ankles. Literally had a talk with them, how they could not move with me. They had to stay at this house. And they didn't move. I've never had monsters under my bed since. And I think that's kind of when I first realized there was stuff out there, because there was some stuff out there. It was, at that time, it was not a very big development. There was a few houses out there, so it was mostly country. But, I've been dealing with it since I was a child. So it's just kind of become, it's been a normal thing in my life. So I just don't really feel insecure or unsure about it. It's like, it's just going to work in the way it's going to work. And sometimes, no matter best laid plans, you don't get necessarily what you thought you were getting. And most of the time, it's usually better. So no, I do not feel insecure, unsure, or scared. I try to be educated and cleansing and self-defense. And if I am going to choose to do something such as hexing and cursing, I'm going to make sure I know my whys about why I'm doing it. And I check in with my guides, my heart, and why I'm doing it. Let's see here. Number 10, do you put yourself to a standard in your craft that you feel you may never obtain? I just strive to keep learning. I don't think I have this end divine goal of what I as a witch will be. Shiny and happy? I don't know. That's kind of my goal. I want to be a shiny, happy witch. I want to, emote happiness. Teach people. Learn things. I don't really feel that I have like this, I would be this wonderful creature of I don't know what, that's highly attainable. It's kind of like non-attachment. In meditations, like you have this really awesome meditation experience and then the next time it sucks. And you're like, I want that one that I had last time. And that's attachment. And I think that this question kind of deals with attachment of this is what I'm going to be when I grow up as a witch. And I don't think I'm ever going to fully grow up as a witch. Because there's so much out there to learn. There's so much awesome stuff to try and do and learn. Yeah, I just don't, and maybe it's because I don't think that way. 5-year plans make me want to pull my hair out. What do you want to do in 5 years? Where do you want to be? Does anyone else hate that question? I hate that question. And I think it might be how I think too. But yeah, this has actually been fun. It made me think about why I do things and what I do. But yeah, I think too, like if you hold yourself to such a high standard, you think you can never attain it. Of course, if you think you never can attain it, you're not going to get it because you think you can't. But I think, if you think that you can't do it, or that you set some lofty goal, yeah, why? That kind of seems like it saps the soul out of the craft. I don't know. But yeah, okay, I'm just going to keep rambling on, and then it's going to be like 2 hours of me not talking about anything. But that tag was full disclosure. I'll post the questions below, and if you are watching this and haven't done the full disclosure tag, you're tagged. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourself. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.